Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So a lot of you guys wrote in to tell me about the Buff Guys YouTube channel. I'd never heard of them. They're apparently quite huge. They have like 2 million followers. Anyway, they tried going vegan for 30 days. There's two of these Buff Guys. So what I'm going to do here is go through the video and give you my thoughts and impressions of how well or poorly they actually did the vegan diet, how well or poorly they understood it. So anyway, let's jump right in.
Increasingly, more people have decided to go vegan for ethical, environmental, or health reasons.
When done right, such a diet may result in numerous health benefits, including lowering the risk of cancer, improving heart health, and losing weight.
So already off to a really good start, no trashing veganism. They appear to understand the various reasons why people choose to go vegan, and their intention is good in that they want to try to eat a normal standard vegan diet.
For the next 30 days, we'll be doing a standard vegan diet.
Okay, for one of the Buff Guys here, let's check out how his very first morning as a vegan goes.
So it is day one of the vegan challenge, and I'm just starting today off with some oatmeal.
Alright, so right off the bat here for breakfast, he starts his day off quite well with a meal that I have quite often, a big bowl of oatmeal. When I'm not having my banana smoothies, oatmeal is my go-to choice. So anyway, let's next follow this Buff Guy to the market and see what he picks out. Right off the bat, I'm quite impressed. He goes and gets some very good healthy vegetables, and he seems to know a lot about why they're healthy for you. Let me show you in his own words what he's saying.
Spinach. Excellent source of fiber and protein, much like broccoli. Very delicious, nutritious, and another top on the list.
Alright, so he's got some good veggies, he's got some good greens there and spinach, and let's see what else he gets.
We're switching up from the greens. I'm going to start going with a little bit more starchy carbohydrates and in the form of potatoes. Now this is just kind of like some smaller potatoes. There's lots of different varieties. We'll probably grab some of these because they're really just easy to bake in the oven.
Well, this is starting to look like our market basket when Angie and I go shopping, and he picks up some sweet potatoes too, and this guy's not afraid to get his carbs.
A lot of options here and a lot of carbohydrates, but all delicious.
Then he also grabs some tomatoes, which Angie and I buy pretty much every week. Then he heads over to the nuts and seeds aisle and buys a bunch of nuts and seeds, and he knows exactly why they're healthy for you too.
All have their own unique benefits, but mainly it's an excellent source of fats. Almonds, walnuts, cashews. Oatmeal is an excellent source of complex carbohydrates, but also fiber too, and it's definitely a mainstay in my morning routine. I have it for breakfast almost every morning with some walnuts on there, maybe some flaxseed.
So far I gotta say I'm kind of shocked and surprised how eerily similar the foods he bought on this first trip as a vegan are to the foods that Angie and I buy all the time. And this trend continues when he gets over to the beans aisle.
The bean and rice aisle. Now beans are an excellent source of fiber, but also protein as well. We're probably getting a majority of our protein from the beans, some black beans, garbanzo beans, and also some pinto beans. We're gonna make a delicious chili.
And again, we buy those types of beans all the time. Not that particular brand, but those kinds of beans. And furthermore, he knows what he's doing when it comes to plant-based milks.
It's pretty amazing to have something like alternative milk and something like this wonderful goodness. It not only has 8 grams of protein per serving, it has 50% more calcium than regular milk. It contains B12, and there's also less sugar too. So thank you, alternative milk.
So far, so good. I'm surprised they just didn't go and get a bunch of Beyond Burgers and other processed vegan foods, but he addresses that as well.
Even vegan meat. If you still want your cake and eat it too, well then those options are available for you. But it's expensive. That's the bad part. But for now, it's a little pricey, so you kind of got to stick with the basics. At least that's what we're going to do. They also got fake cheese too. Now I've tried that before and it's actually pretty delicious, but we're going to be staying away from it for now and sticking with the bare essentials, the simple ingredients. But if you want cheese and you're a vegan, well, they got it.
He's doing what Andrew and I do, and we're 9-year vegans. We stick with the whole food plants primarily. Yeah, occasionally we'll get some of these vegan fun processed things, but the plants are better for your health and they're a heck of a lot cheaper. And keeping with this vegan theme here, he's even switching to a vegan protein.
This is a plant-based protein. It is a majority of pea protein, which I find quite delicious actually. So we're gonna be buying some of this so that way, in case we want a little snack, maybe mixing it with almond milk to get a little extra protein. Thankfully, being vegan fruit is still on the menu because it tastes great and it's packed full of nutrition, vitamins, minerals. So we're gonna be grabbing some bananas, some strawberries, some blueberries, and we're definitely gonna include that in our day-to-day eating.
Okay, this is starting to get really creepy. I mean, you guys know I'm always buying a bunch of bananas, strawberries, blueberries, so I don't know, maybe I'm a little biased when I think he's making some really wise decisions here. So anyway, this is a great start. I have absolutely no worries for him. If this is what he's going to be eating, it can't go badly. And sure enough, a few weeks into his vegan journey, here he is at a farmer's market buying some more great foods.
Made it a tradition every Sunday to come here and buy fresh foods, organic, all vegan.
And unlike meat-eating advocate Joe Rogan, this buff guy clearly understands that plants don't have feelings.
Feeding on plants and plants only. Hopefully they aren't sentient. I'm not sure if they are or not. Science has not discovered that yet, but hopefully they're not, because then we would only be able to survive off water.
For any Buff Guys fans watching, I'm sorry, I've been focusing primarily on this one buff guy, and I'm now going to switch gears to the other one. Sorry, I don't know their names yet. I'm new to this. Anyway, it's day 25, and this other buff guy is going to describe how his energy and strength has been while training as a vegan. I'll give you a hint. It turned out pretty well.
I'm pretty happy with my gym so far, the progress. I think in a way, having a little bit additional carbs has really helped me. I feel fuller, very full, very pumped in the gym. I feel big after every workout, and my strength levels really haven't decreased, which is great. Sadly, I'm still pretty gassy, so I am in a home gym, which thank God for that. So other than that, mood's pretty good, strength levels are good.
So after the end of 30 days, each of these guys evaluates their experiences on this vegan diet and makes a decision as to whether or not they're going to continue on with it. Well, let's get back to our first buff guy and see what he says.
So I found it a bit easier once I fully accepted and embraced the vegan lifestyle. I can't say that I'm going to continue on with a plant-only diet. So for me personally, it's going to be a no flex.
Really? Why not? I thought it was working out really well for you.
Now this is not against veganism by any means. In fact, it taught me a lot. It taught me to implement more greens and beans into my diet, along with moderating my meats on a daily basis, and also supporting locally grown foods. So I just want to say thank you, veganism, for showing me a beautiful and healthy way of living, but this is where I bid you adieu.
I didn't really hear any real reason there why you couldn't continue on being vegan. Why go back to eating animal products? I mean, I'm guessing it's because you really wanted to return to eating some of the foods that you enjoyed prior to this vegan journey. However, though, as I always tell people now, 2019 going on 2020, whatever foods you really enjoyed and miss once you turn vegan, there are now really delicious vegan options out there. So there's really no excuse. I mean, eating the vegan option is going to be, even if it's a processed food, much better for your health in the sense that it doesn't have any dietary cholesterol, less saturated fat, way fewer resources to produce, so it's much better for the environment and reducing greenhouse gas emissions to fight climate change, and also it's better for animals. There's no needless killing of animals. Anyway, let's see what your partner said.
No flex. Now that might seem a little strange because during the course of this video, I've been relatively positive about the vegan diet and I felt good on the vegan diet, but honestly, I think I would probably be lying to you and lying to myself if I didn't say I'm going to implement a few foods back into my diet that wouldn't keep me completely vegan.
But what I would like to know is why? For what purpose?
The reason why I'm saying no flex is because due to the fact I'm going to be putting some of those foods back in, such as some Greek yogurt, some eggs, I wouldn't truly be staying 100% vegan, so I can't say flex.
All right, so I think I get what he's saying here, that he felt great as a vegan, he was making gains, so he's not leaving because of some problem, just that he misses having Greek yogurt and eggs and perhaps some other animal products. So it's just a personal choice here to not go vegan, and I can understand that, but I would just ask you to reconsider. Why not choose the diet that was doing so well for you there and doesn't involve the unnecessary harm and killing of animals and is way more environmentally friendly and better for your health. You know, there's a lot of cholesterol in eggs, so it's just a win-win-win for your health, for the animals, and for the environment. So I urge you to reconsider veganism, but at least he's cool about other people being open-minded to trying it.
But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try it yourself. In fact, I highly recommend you do. Probably the biggest cons for me was just my intestinal distress.
So to me, I'm not a medical doctor or nutritionist, but that just sounds like your microbiome, the bacteria in your gut, adjusting to a different mix of foods than what it had been accustomed to prior to going fully vegan for 30 days. And usually these issues sort themselves out in a matter of a few weeks or a month or so. So yeah, the Greek yogurt and eggs, I really don't think it's going to fix your flatulence, because it sounds like you still want to eat a lot of plants. So I suggest just stick with eating a lot of plants and it should fix itself up. Anyway, all in all, I think I was surprised. The buff guys did a really good job. Kudos to them. Sounds like they must have done some research, or they just got really lucky. So let me know if you know more about this down below. Leave your questions and comments and let me know how you thought they did for total noob vegans and, you know, doing so well in my opinion. Give me your opinion too. Maybe you thought they didn't do as well, but yeah, to me it sounded like it was a win-win. The only fail was that they didn't choose to stick with it permanently. So leave your questions down below. Hit like, share this video around, and remember guys, to vote vegan. Yes, I'm running for City Council in Long Beach, District 2. If you live in Long Beach, you can vote for me next year in March. And if you live anywhere in the United States, you can contribute to my campaign. Please, everyone, go check out my website, ryanlum.net.
Spinning round and round, spinning till I'm dizzy, falling to the ground. You've got me spinning circles round.